There's often a large age difference between twin flames because the universe wants to show you that love transcends this human meat suit that we're in. It transcends the human experience because you've been with your twin flame so many lifetimes that in some of the lifetimes, specifically this one, you are going to face very strange barriers, and one of those barriers is an age difference. There are other possible barriers as well, but with age difference, it's to show you that you can love someone no matter what they look like, no matter what life experience they have or what position in life they're in, because you see their soul. You see past all of this to the soul. So some of my clients meet their twin flames when there's a large age gap. Some people think 10 years is a big age gap. The most common one that people would want to talk to me about would be 20 and 30-year age difference because it's so uncommon in the world. 10 years you can usually get away with in society. People only judge you a little bit. Even if there's like a 10-year age gap and 20 years sometimes, when you get to 30 and 40 years, it starts to get really weird. But these people have real love for each other. The only barrier in this lifetime that they're facing is the age difference. And they know that society will judge them. But when they are alone together or they have their relationship, they can see that there's total familiarity between them. They've known each other in other lifetimes and other configurations. Other lifetimes, maybe they were the same age, or maybe they were friends that were not romantically involved. Maybe other lifetimes they were siblings, and maybe other lifetimes they got to be married and have kids. But in this one, there's just really weird challenges to face. And you could say maybe this is better to have a 30-year age gap with your twin flame than to both be married or one of you be married. So there's no way you could be together. So the universe will manifest exactly the challenge on your twin flame journey that you need in this lifetime to learn the most soul lessons. The challenge that you're facing in this lifetime will mirror exactly what you have within you that needs to heal. The holes inside you, the part of your shadow that you can't face in your twin flame journey will manifest as a perfect situation for you to learn about love and overcome the barriers of physical existence. So with age difference specifically, it's a challenge for you to see past physical appearance, and maybe a lot of people fixate on that, or to overcome what others think of you and to overcome responsibilities and obligations you have that don't make sense in your life. So if this is happening to you, it's happening for a very good reason. There's no accidents in the universe. You and your twin flame incarnated this way on purpose. And you're learning the lessons through this that you can carry to the next lifetime. Does that make sense? If your twin flame is much older or much younger than you, there's not much you can do about it. You can't change that situation, but it's usually women who are the older ones. In fact, almost every time it's the woman who's older, but in the extreme age difference category, I mean. So some of them, they've figured out how to cohabitate. They're not necessarily getting married, but they're able to live together. The older person often is the one financially supporting the younger one as well. And that's very interesting. That the financial and money aspect of twin flames is a whole other story, but it does relate to this. And there are other stories I've heard where the twin flame is married with a family, the older one, and they simply can't do anything about it. They won't leave their family they've been with, their spouse they've been with for a long time. So the younger twin flame starts to feel really distraught, disillusioned, loses hope, and they're trying to date, they're trying to find somebody else who can kind of fill this gap, but they know there's no feeling like that twin flame. There's nobody who can replace them. So it becomes really hard because it's like they have to kind of hypnotize themselves to be in a relationship that's mundane, knowing that their twin flame is alive on earth and they're out there, but they just can't be with them. Many twin flames do meet when they're very young, actually. And if you meet your twin flame in your teen years or even in your early 20s, you may not have had any other relationships before that, and you can't compare it to anything. So the problem is most of those twin flames only realize later in life how significant that relationship was, that connection, because they didn't know how deep that connection was right away. And as years go by, they marry someone else, they have kids, they have a family, they may have other relationships, and they never forget their twin flame. And a lot of times they'll come back together 20, 30, 40 years later, 50 years later, and reconnect after a lot of things have happened in their lives. When you meet your twin flame when you're so young, you have nothing to compare it to, and it's such an intense experience, it can be uncomfortable, and that's why these twin flames split up when they're young and go their separate ways. They just have no idea what they've encountered. They don't know what they've found, so they couldn't make it work. If there's no other barriers to you being in a relationship with this person except this perceived societal barrier of having such a big age gap between you, then I say go for it. I mean, life is short and you may not have much time together, so I think love is all that matters, and you should recognize the real thing when you have it. Of course, there may be other barriers facing you, like the person's not talking to you, they're also married, they have some other life situation that they can't be with you, or you're the one who can't be with them for those reasons. So that is another layer of complexity in this situation. But in my opinion, if you know your twin flame and they are alive on planet Earth with you, you should take this opportunity to do anything you can to be with them. However, I don't recommend like completely walking out on all of your obligations toward other people in your life and contracts you have. It's complex. The only real answer, because there's no band-aid, the real answer is to transcend your consciousness, to see everything from a soul perspective. That solves all your problems. It's extremely difficult. If it was easy, everybody would do it, but it is enlightenment. We're on the path to enlightenment, and twin flames help us get there. So if you can alleviate your suffering on this twin flame journey because you're not able to be together with your twin flame for whatever reason, but we're talking about age difference in this conversation. But if you can alleviate the suffering of this challenge by practicing non-attachment to expectations, to what's going on, and raising your consciousness to see it from a perfect perspective of divine love, then you will have solved this problem, because you're so attached to the outcome of the situation and what's going on here on planet Earth. That's why you're so upset about it. So I hope this helps. If people want to talk to me about their twin flame experience, they can go to my website, wellnessoneness.com. And a lot of my clients just book these meetings with me because there's no one else to talk to about it. And most people are very judgmental of this. So it's, in a way, it's a kind of counseling session, but from a spiritual perspective. It can be very therapeutic to talk to someone who gets it, like me, because you're living in two worlds when you meet your twin flame: the human level world and what people call like the 5D world, the spiritual plane of existence. You're living both at once, and it can really drive you nuts. It can make you feel crazy So it might make you feel less crazy to book a session with me and talk about it.